I'm here with Hayden Bird. Hayden, we've just done our photo shoot for the first team. Have to say, first of all, what a fantastic job FC Football Kits have done of the kit. What's your thoughts on the kits themselves?
Yeah, brilliant. Richard's been really helpful. The kits are really nice, good designs, comfortable for the players, and yeah, we'll be proud to wear fcfootballkits.com, and we really appreciate them going into partnership with the club.
Brilliant. We're going to get those up on the website shortly. Open that link up as well to the fans so they can purchase straight from the website. So hopefully we'll see plenty of the new kit down here in and around the town centre, and of course on match days as well.
Yeah, it was good to see as soon as the kit was launched, the amount of kids that was in the kit and supporters that were in the kit. So clearly very popular, and thank you to Richard once again. Yeah, it's been a great launch.
We'll talk to you about pre-season. We've played 7 games so far, 6 wins from 7. That's not bad, is it?
No, look, the players have done really well, and you know the game that we lost is a game where the team played very well. Dorking Wanderers, we started a little nervously. Dorking, having come on the back of their first game, which I think was Walton the Saturday before, where I know Mark wasn't very impressed with them. So I think two of their players had a bit of a flea in their ear.
Right.
They started brightly. Obviously, it's for the Advertiser Trophy. They didn't want to lose because we won it last year. And they certainly come out the blocks hard. We didn't react to it. Very quickly found ourselves 3-0 down. But played some really good football that day. Really good football. Ended up 5-4, and there was a really good start. And since then, you know, the players are listening, learning, and haven't looked back.
So you go in, was it 3-0 at half time?
It's 4-1.
4-1 at half time. So you're 4-1 down. And I mean, I don't know what's going through your mind at half time. I mean, what do you say to the players in a game like where you're 4-1 down against, and let's be honest, a team that are in the National League as well? So they're a very good side. We know they're a very good side. They play good football. What do you say to a team to get them motivated to come out for the second half?
I don't think it's a case of motivating them. We told them the truth. And the truth is that they played very well. It sounds a crazy thing to say at 4-1, but my job is not to let the results cloud your judgment. I know what's right, I know what's wrong. What was wrong against Dorking is that we gave away in the first 15 minutes 3 needless free kicks, of which they punished us. You got the quality of Jack Jebb over the ball, the likes of Pryor and Sager in the box. If you present opportunities to these players, they're going to punish you. And that is, with respect to everybody in this division, that's the difference. If you give away 3 free kicks in a league game, it's questionable whether you end up 3-0 down, but they literally put it on a sixpence. It's the quality of their players. But I reminded everybody of, in answer to your question, why I chose this pre-season programme. When I chose and designed this programme with Junior, everybody said that we were mad. Everybody said that there'd be a crisis of confidence, that we would lose every week. And what I said to the players in the first team meeting when they come back is, we might lose every game, but it doesn't matter. We worry about the results from the 12th of August. If we play teams that aren't at our level, it will paper over cracks. I wanted to play teams that would punish our mistakes so we could learn from the mistakes, and in learning from the mistakes we can improve. And that's what we've done. In fairness, I didn't think the results would be as good as they have been. I didn't think that the acceleration in our team development would be quite as strong as where it is, but it's only pre-season.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the other games that we've played, and listen, none of these teams are mugs. I mean, as you quite rightly said, they're a challenge for us as a team, and the challenges that we've overcome, really. I mean, Maidstone, a 2-1 win against Maidstone, a 3-1 win against Three Bridges, 3-2 against Lewis. Now, I've got memories of going to Lewis on a midweek night a couple of seasons ago, and I think we walked away 5-1 losers, and that was a long drive home from Lewis all the way back to Cobham. So, you know, a win against Lewis, then to go to Carl Shorten Athletic. Again, they're no mugs.
No, I mean, they're all good teams.
Yeah.
And if you look at those sides, you have George at Maidstone, who are full-time, a team that I think is going to do very well in their division. Really kind of George to come down. Obviously, there's a big relationship with Junior that brought them down. If Three Bridges are a team at our level, where we wasn't quite right in the first half, but we addressed that at half time, and the players were tremendous in the second half. Played some really good football that day. Carshalton is obviously a club that I know very well, have a history with, great relationship with, so it's always a pleasure to go there. It's always very competitive. The manager of Carshalton has played for me, was Junior's teammate, so there's a little bit of pride at stake. But I think the players were magnificent in that game. Tony Russell's Lewis will fight for the league title.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely certain of that. They've signed some really good players. They have a good way of playing. When you play the likes of Brighton, sorry, beg your pardon, listen to me, Brentford, I do apologise. When you play the likes of Brentford, they're a young side, but they're aspirational young professionals, so they're going to give you a different question. And so on and so on and so on and so on. And of course, you go to the likes of Dartford. But look, as I've said to everybody, it's only pre-season, and you never quite know where you are until the league campaign starts. You know, I've had pre-seasons before where the results have been mixed, where the results have been poor. None of that matters if you win the first game. And equally, no one will be talking about how well we did at Carshalton, how well we did at Three Bridges, how well we did against Lewis and Dartford and goodness what, if South will come here and win the first game. It's just preparation.
Well, and there's a nice little atmosphere creating outside, the buzz with the fans as well. And a lot of that is driven by what they're now seeing pre-season. And it is important that they understand that what you've just said, which is basically not to get too carried away here, because, as you said, when it comes that first game of the season, that's when it really matters.
Yeah. Look, we know that there are expectations around the team, but there were expectations around the team 12 months ago. You know, let's be honest. That's why I say, with the greatest of respect to whatever happened last season, I'm sure there's a number of reasons for it. The team didn't start quite as well as what the boys expected it to start. That can happen. It's no criticism. It can happen. It can happen again. Football can be cruel. But there is a lot of expectations around the team. We know that, but I think we're experienced enough to deal with it. And I think that we'll thrive on that pressure.
So, question really around the Dartford game, is Douse still taking your calls or has he blocked you?
No. Douse is a good friend. First met Douse when he was the manager of Walton and Hersham. And what a fantastic career he's had. And, you know, Douse is someone that creates competitive teams in whichever environment that he's in. You know, last season Dartford come second, which was a really tremendous effort from them. You know, was 2 games from being promoted. And I think again he'll do a great job. There's no question. And wherever Douse goes, he does very well. And like I say, we're very grateful to Douse, as we are to Tony, as we are to everybody that's come here that they've played us.
So pre-season games, and that's all we can talk about at the moment because that's all we've played so far in terms of games, and they are competitive games, although they've got no value to them in terms of points or competition. So just a little stat I looked at, we scored 18 goals in 7 games. We're averaging, it's 2.5 goals a game is what we're averaging. I mean, that's got to be pleasing. And looking at it, and looking at the goal scorers, it's a mix of goal scorers across the team. That's got to be pleasing.
Well, that's really the design of pre-season. You know, the results are important, but they're not important. That's the truth. Like I say, you win every game, you lose to Southall. Who cares about beating Lewis? But the habits and the DNA and the principles and the way the players are understanding their work with and without the ball, now that's important. Now, in answer to your question, last season we didn't score enough goals. There's opinion in football and there's fact. That's fact. We struggled for goals. I think that defensively, we were strong throughout. There wasn't many teams that were better than Leatherhead defensively. You know, there was a good understanding with the ball, but we didn't score enough goals, despite the fact that we had a fella up front that did a sterling job in Dave Tarpey that scored 20 of them. So we have to work on the collective. We have to work on the threat coming from everywhere. That was a big part of the recruitment in the summer. And I think that you could already see the players coming into the football club have goals in them. And they've given us a new dynamic in the final third of the field.
And a point that I've just mentioned off camera before, it's nice to see we've got Mr. Beanie chipping in with 3 goals so far pre-season. Yeah,
look, I mean, Kenny predominantly is a deep line midfield player. He's a player that we don't judge him on his goals. Obviously, he's the guy that gets us ticking. But I'll say again that there are goals in the team. And what we want to produce here is we want to produce a fluid team. where Kenny, perhaps because of the circumstances of where the team were development-wise last year, had to be very disciplined in sitting in front of the centre halves. I think in this team, in this shape, and the rhythm and the fluidity and the rotations we're now working on, you'll see Kenny higher up the pitch. And you know that the guy's got a wand of a left foot. He's got a wand of a right foot. And so I think that we might even see him chip in on a few more occasions this season.
Let's hope so. Saturday we're away to Beckenham Town. What do you know about those guys?
Great pitch.
Right.
One of the best, probably in credit to Beckenham Town, that'll be the best pitch we play on all season. It'll be like a professional pitch. Absolute carpet. Lovely club. Phil Wilson is on the coaching staff. I think he's the assistant manager there. Phil played for me. He played for Junior. He's a good guy, good player. Very good friend. And Beckenham are a side that I think just missed out on the playoffs last season, and they'll be looking to go one more. So it's a perfect last game. It's a team at our level. It's a good team at our level. And it's a team that will probably present a different test to what we've seen in one or two of the friendlies. So I think it's a really good game to sign off with.
And you mentioned it before, our first game of the season at home to Southall. What are you expecting from those guys? Have you done any information? Have you done any... have you looked at them? You've got any information about them?
They're a good side. There's no question about it. You know, they are in a group of clubs that I think will have very strong ambitions to hit the playoffs this season. They're a week ahead of us, in as much as their competitive football starts on Saturday, because they're playing in the FA Cup. So we'll be there. We'll have a presence there. I don't think that's a secret. It's obvious. So we'll be watching them. It's a team that I think have recruited well, a team that have kept their best players, and they were a stubborn opponent last year. And again, a team with goals in them. You go to Oxley Jets and win 9-1, you know, where whoever you play, to go away and score 9 goals, that shows that they're going to be good. I've no doubt it will be a tough first day of the season. As is the opening. I think the opening generally is pretty difficult.
And you must be looking forward to that first, particularly having a home game for our first game as well. And we always get good crowds, but if we're playing at home, obviously we get that added bonus of having all the local supporters coming to watch us, the ones that perhaps can't make away games. So, I mean, you and the players, you must be looking forward to that.
Yeah, the players love playing here. Even in the friendlies, I mean, the support that they've given the players has been brilliant. It's funny, you speak to the new players that have come in, and you speak to the likes of Kenny Beanie and Fabio. Kenny spoke immediately of when he come to Leatherhead, he come to the home ground, he noticed how vocal the supporters were. Fabio, when I spoke to him, noted how difficult it is to come to this place because of the level of support that we get. And we want buy-in from the supporters. I think what we've done is we've shown them a different way of playing. With that can become frustration, because last season was very much a learning curve. But slowly they improved and improved and improved, and obviously just missed out on the playoffs with a really excellent last 10 games, 2 months, etc. But now we've got to deliver. Look, I'm not going to sit here and give you the sitting on the fence answers. We're here to win. We're here to win. We're here to be promoted. I'm not going to sit here and say we're going to do this and we're going to do that. But I'm realistic enough to know what this club is about, and we need to get out of this level this season. That's why we're here.
And that's a great way to end the interview this evening. Before we go, I've noticed you've got a little something in front of you there, is it?
I promised to do this if Omar scored the goal of the season.
Okay.
And he's promised me that this is the goal of the season. So this is Omar's company. So I will promote Omar's company. It's on sale at the bar on match days.
Okay.
And I think whenever Omar scores and we win, everybody must buy this Twist product for Omar.
So for those of you that can't quite see it on the camera, it's called Twist Up. It's called Cheeky Cherry. It's a cognac and rum crafted, ready-to-drink cocktail available behind the bar match days.
This is the real secret of our success this season.
Is it really?
Because when everybody else at half-time is drinking water and having energy drinks, we're drinking Twist.
Brilliant. On that, Hayden, thanks for joining us this evening, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
You're welcome. Thank
Good
you.
man. Cheers, mate.